let's talk about mistake number two. Mistake number two, I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, is not having a blog strategy. And this is something I really wish I knew when I started, because I kind of floundered around just like this guy. Why is this a mistake? Because you can go off in so many different directions. And that there is an old saying that when you try and catch two rabbits, you end up catching none. And I tried to catch a lot of rabbits by not having a blog strategy. I tried to do too many things. So what is the solution on this? Well, first, there are two different strategies you can apply. There's an external strategy and an internal strategy. And we're going to talk about the external strategy first, because most blogs and business blogging and internet marketing have to do with the external strategies. And the first main strategy that people, or category of strategy, is sales. Most people create business blogs to promote their products and services. There's also a strategy where you build relationships, and you can be building relationships with your clients or your vendors for a variety of reasons. And then the last external strategy is for branding, so that people recognize a particular product or services that you've created. Now let me talk a little bit more about each different category of strategy. In sales is primarily to make people aware of products and services to purchase. I'd say probably about 90% of the sites and blogs and internet marketing done out there is for this purpose, to make people aware of products and services to purchase. But for a lot of companies, after people have purchased their products and services, they want to create, build, and strengthen their relationships so that people continue to come back and buy their products and services. And they want to add branding so that when people think of this particular company, product, or service, they always go to this particular brand. Now, you may find that you have a blend of these different categories in your external strategy. But what this does is, when you define a specific strategy for your business blog, that it keeps you focused and on track for meeting the goals of that particular strategy. Okay, let me talk a little bit about the internal strategy. And the internal strategies are for companies who want to share their knowledge with vendors or employees, who want to collaborate on projects, or who want to build a specific type of culture. So in the knowledge category, you want to keep employees or partners informed. Now, wikis are also something that companies use to do that, but wikis aren't quite as versatile as blogs. Blogs can provide lots of different functionality that wikis can't, although sometimes blogs and wikis go together to share knowledge. With collaboration, this is a way for a blog to provide a team with tools so they can collaborate on projects, on products, on launches, and blogs are a good way to do that. And finally, for culture is a way for a blog can strengthen organizational culture, mission, vision, and values by constantly communicating what the company wants and how the company wants to build a specific culture. So one of the elements of implementing a strategy, of course, all strategies, processes need to be built to serve the customer. And the customer is any entity that the blog is being created for. So I've noticed a common theme amongst these different categories, and that in order to really focus in on value for these blogs, there are some key criteria that need to be met. For example, with external or internal strategies, the sales and knowledge categories really are looking to satisfy the value of easy. In other words, an external sales strategy, you want to make it easy for your customers to buy your products and services. A blog does that beautifully. Internally, knowledge, you want to make it easy for people to access and use the knowledge that would build your business. So for the external and internal strategies of sales and knowledge, the value is make it easy. Under relationships and collaboration, the value is fun, because if relationships or collaborations are not fun, then that means they're tough. And then relationships or collaborations which are tough usually don't yield the results that you want. Think of a relationship that isn't fun. Usually it ends in some unpleasant way. Or a collaboration which isn't fun. Usually you end up expending a lot of energy managing all of the conflict in those collaborations. So for a blog, your focus is on providing the value of fun for relationships and collaboration. And on branding and culture, there is a common value. You're looking to achieve recognizable. You want people to recognize your brand. And in your culture, you want people to recognize the values, the mission, and the vision that the company is trying to achieve. So there's actually a dual value there of consistency so that people recognize your brand and your culture. So there's the values, and there's the solution to not having a blog strategy.